Blueprints and crafting. Nearly every major MMORPG requires these core game mechanics in order to succeed, and Star Citizen is no different. So welcome, this is Fried Chicken, Big Bird himself, and today we're going to be diving into the exciting world of blueprints, resource management, and crafting in Star Citizen. First things first, let's talk crafting. Crafting in Star Citizen involves gathering resources, using blueprints, and creating items that can aid you in your missions. From weapons and armor to essential ship components, crafting can give you a significant edge versus the average player. During CitizenCon this year, CIG showed off a couple glimpses of what crafting would actually look like and blueprints. So, from what we can gather from what we were shown during CitizenCon, we know that we cannot do one without the other. We must gather resources in order to craft. We must have blueprints in order to craft. And we also need to have the proper machinery to make the crafting happen. But now, let's put crafting to the side and take a good look at blueprints, because we cannot do anything without them first. Blueprints. What are they? Where are they? How do you get them? Well, let me explain it to you. CIG stated during CitizenCon that we can gather blueprints doing literally anything in the verse, and that there is literally thousands of blueprints in the verse to gather. If you're a mercenary, bounty hunter, salvager, cargo hauler, or someone who likes to play on the opposite side of the law and do contracts that way, you'll have no hard time finding blueprints, since CIG stated that there may be even over 10,000 blueprints to find. I would be a great example for this, since I like to do the more combative style gameplay. I like to run bunkers, I like to do logistic depot missions, and I like to do dogfighting here or there, and I like to partake in the FPS side events in the game. So a good example would be like the Siege of Orison event. I guarantee that the bosses on each platform are going to have their own set of blueprints that you can loot off their bodies. So someone like me who likes to do combat will have a very easy way to find blueprints. And again, we will never know what these blueprints are. It could be a gun schematic, or it can be food, as they demonstrated in CitizenCon with the hot dog, all the way to player-owned base components. So we just have to wait and see what CIG is going to put out for us when it comes to these blueprints. Now, after you have discovered and located some of these schematics, you are able to examine them. And once you examine it, you are going to be able to discover what resources you are going to need and the type of quality of the resource you'll need to be able to craft the item you are wanting to craft. So when it comes to blueprints, there is going to be upgrade blueprints, different tiers. In most MMORPGs, it usually goes by basic, uncommon, rare, epic, then legendary style. I'm curious if CIG is going to follow a similar suit, or they're going to come up with their own creative names. Maybe they're going to go from commoner, civilian, military to alien, or something like that. Who knows? But these upgrades are going to be able to be used on pretty much anything that's upgradable. Guns, ships that you craft within the Pioneer. You can make them into a higher tier ship that can quantum travel faster, or other types of things. Better guns, better equipment, better systems, better everything. If you can find the proper upgrade blueprints, then you are going to be a highly sought out player. If you advertise yourself within the game, if you say that you have a legendary blueprint for a military grade quantum drive, then I'm probably sure players and orgs are going to come find you, pay you, just so you can craft these items, give you all the resources that you need, just so you can do that. So make sure you keep an eye out on what type of blueprints you get. Maybe they're going to have unique colors just like in every other MMORPG. Who knows, but I'm also very excited to find out to see what CIG does when it comes to upgrading things. Resource management is definitely gonna have a make it or break it effect on players in the verse. Now, the only reason why I say this is some of the resources that you need to obtain that are more rare will require you to play with friends, and I see it come again all the time that there is a lot of people who just want to play the game solo and just do their own thing and just have fun on their own. And the reason why I say that is because I feel like certain organizations or just groups of people are going to camp at certain raids like the giant sandworm. That's going to be a player raid type of thing where they're just going to camp there and kill the beast over and over again to gather its pearls and its fangs and other rare resources off of his body that a solo player cannot do alone. And so they're probably going to have to save up a lot of credits, because I'm sure these organizations are going to sell these items for trade on the market for high value, and it's going to bottleneck some people who just aren't able to get those credits to get the items they need to be able to craft certain things. Also, you really got to keep a sharp eye out for the quality of the resources that you're gathering. You do not want to get a sandworm pearl that's cracked, do you? No, its quality is low. You want one that is going to be shining, super smooth, and perfectly round. This is one of the aspects of resource gathering that you're going to have to pay attention to when it comes to crafting and looking at your blueprint schematics in order to build the thing that you want to build. Higher end quality products will be developed if you have higher quality resources. Usually in other MMORPGs, you can tell what a higher quality resource is if the game provides it based off of if the item is shining or not. I am very curious if CIG is going to have their own implementation or a visual cue so you can tell which item or which resource is going to be a higher quality versus others. Or you just have to just scan everything and just keep on scanning and scanning and scanning until you get something that blips up that will indicate to you that it says high quality. Maybe like a rock node for diamonds or iron of some kind. High quality iron and high quality diamonds, who knows? And then we have to consider certain items that may need to be processed or refined into something else. Again, I said iron. So let's say you want to do some base building and you need iron and steel. So you have the ore and now you have to refine it into ingots or bars or whatever, and they automatically get turned into SCU crates. You go fly to wherever you want to go fly to, and then you start building and the resources get used up in your construction material lists. So that's one thing that can happen too. Resource management is definitely going to be crazy. They're going to probably add a whole plethora of new items, ores, salvaging materials, just to be added into the game so we can use to either base build, crafts, or anything else we can do with whatever we find in the verse. Now, let's talk equipment. CIG has shown us a lot when it comes to this subject. So, you cannot do anything that we've already gone over in this video without the proper equipment. If you want to build a big giant base, you're going to need a large base building machine. If you want to be able to craft big items like ship weapons or ship components, size 3-4 plus, the big ones, you're going to have larger printers. I'm going to call them printers because that's what it looked like in the showcase when they were teasing the printers. It looked like it kind of just spit out the items on a conveyor belt as if it was a 3D printer, if you will. But I'm probably sure when it comes to item crafting and the machines that we need to use to craft items, CIG will probably allow us to buy these machines in-game. It would be kind of sad if we had to actually craft them in our vehicles or something like that. Or maybe the vehicles that CIG has teased to us will come with these item crafters built in, like the Star Lancer build or the Pioneer or... sadly, the Galaxy. That's not going to be coming anytime soon. We know that these are going to come with the base building mechanics and stuff like that, but when it comes to the actual item crafting, it may be just a little different. Wah, wah, wah. But hopefully, we might get like maybe a small item crafter, and then we can go from there to make a bigger one if the ships that was advertised for base building comes with one attached. Hopefully. But knowing CIG, I feel like they might just throw it on the storefront and have people buy it for 20 bucks as well, which would be a serious low blow for everyone in the verse. But I'm probably sure they're going to be releasing a lot more vehicles that are centered around base building. We have the CSV, we have the Star Lancer Max, we have the Pioneer, and it looks like there's a couple other vehicles. It looks like there's an Anvil Aresta style vehicle that may be base building orientated or something else entirely. I don't know, it was shadowed out, so I can't really tell. And who knows what CIG will throw into the game that won't cost us any real world money. Let's pray for that, because CIG does what they want to do. So that is it. That is blueprints, crafting, and resource management. Everything ties into each other. It is a gameplay loop. You cannot function without doing one without the other. It is a harmonious thing. You need to be able to go out into the verse. You need to do missions, contracts with NPCs, gather blueprints. Once you get your schematics, you need to observe them, and you need to see what the items are required in order to be able to craft what you need to craft. You need to go out into the verse, either kill monsters to gather resources, or mining, or salvage, or whatever gameplay loop that it requires. And then after that, you can go back to your home base, take the resources that you have, that you refined, take it to your item crafter, boot up your blueprints, and then start spitting out items on your 3D printer or upgrading them depending if you have higher quality resources and an upgrade blueprint or not. I can see a lot of fun and brand new friendships being sparked by this, with a lot of hardships as well, as other players are going to come in and rain on your parade by destroying your base with bombs and raining hellfire onto your home base. I am really excited for this gameplay role because I think I would really enjoy it. I have quite a few friends who I play with in the game, and I cannot wait to build a homestead, to be able to do something different, something new in the verse, to create something that we can call home, something that is ours in the verse, and just have an overall great time. And boom! Tell me what you guys think about this video. Are you guys really excited for base building? Are you guys thinking that CAG is being a little cheap by hitting us low, by having us buy all of these base building ships and components if you wish to buy them and support the game? Or if you're just still upset and salty that the Galaxy isn't going to come till after 1.0, I know I'm still salty. Are you? But yeah, let me know down in the comments below how you're feeling about this whole entire situation with the blueprints, the item crafting, and the resource management. Do you think it's going to be a little bit too tedious, too grindy? Is the game going to feel like Minecraft but beautiful? Who knows? Tell me down below how you feel. Your boy Fried Chicken, the one and only Big Bird himself, out. Man, I just wanted to say to you guys that making this video was not easy for me. It took quite a few tries. I restarted the video like 3 times trying to draw up this script and write everything out and then word it all out for you guys. It was a little challenging. Sometimes I would get confused or lost, or I wouldn't have my points all together, so I had to either erase a large chunk of the video and then redo it. But overall, I had a lot of fun with it. I'm probably sure you guys enjoyed this video too. I think I am now building quite a dedicated following with my YouTube channel, so hopefully you guys all enjoyed that. And yeah, I can't wait for IAE to start. I have a couple more videos I'm going to post before IAE begins, before they start dropping the new ships into the PTU for the subscribers and the concierge members to test out. But yeah, just can't wait for that to happen. The future is looking really good for Star Citizen. It's becoming more mainstream, and I cannot wait for future gameplay and future game mechanics being put into the verse. Again, thanks for watching.